get back into it. Let me pull this up for y'all real quick. I want to pull up the NCAA 5-year little rule change that does it really. The NCAA just can't win, bro. They just it's one lawsuit after the next because they won't close on anything. They're trying to they're leaving too many gray areas, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean in a second. Let me go there. Let me get this for y'all real quick. I might have to put it up on Twitter. Y'all know Instagram be tweaking sometimes. Okay, yeah. So this will be a good example for me. So what I'm gonna go ahead and bring up is I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up here. Bow. So y'all might not know who this dude is right now. I'm gonna explain to y'all why I have him pulled up on the screen, because as y'all can see, there are a lot. Technically, with the way that the NCAA rules are going, they are going to be allowing kids that entered the draft that played even preseason games to be able to go back to college and play more college football. And this is what I mean by this. So originally, as we all know, the NCAA, they tried to, you know what I'm saying, put in well, they have now put in a 5-for-5 rule, which means 5 years of college, 5 years of eligibility, no more, no less. That's it. It's a cut line. Now the issue here is another appeal was like basically put out against that due to the fact that a lot of the cutoff marker was 2022, meaning that a lot of those kids aren't able to get their last year from their 4 years. You get what I'm saying? So technically, athletes that are caught around in 2022, they technically are fighting for another year eligibility. Now, how this always goes with the NCAA, some states will allow the injunction, so they're going to allow those kids an extra year, even if the NCAA is appealing it, which is the dumbest thing to me. This is why I say the NCAA is lost, bro, because they can't even make rules now that's going to allow every state to cooperate, because the way that they're going about this is just so stupid. They're trying to be like, okay, well, since Texas do it, well, since we want kids to go 5 years, we're going to go 5 year here, but they're not considering every school that's going to go against this, most definitely against the big schools, for example, like Texas. However, let's keep going. So now there's like injunctions being put in other states so kids can play, which is now causing an even bigger uproar, because those kids that can't play they're basically getting hit with the double whammy due to the fact that some kids are allowed to play and some kids not, which sucks here. So I don't think it matters personally. So let me finish talking about this. That it don't matter what year they cut it off, though. To be honest, this was going to happen. This was going to happen regardless. That's why it's so messy. And then the money, these kids, for the kids like him, so let's touch on this guy. Because remember what I said, for the money. Remember what I'm talking about here. This kid here, NFL player returns to college after regaining eligibility. Now, there has been a couple I don't even know what you would call them, NFL college players. There's been a couple of them that I have literally played in preseason games and are now returning back to college, which is going to get them what? Of course, they're so much more NFL ready. They have so much more NFL experience. Now they know exactly, you know what I'm saying? They probably have gotten educated more at a higher level than, think about this. They're playing against 18-year-old freshmen at that. Some freshmen are starting at these schools. You know what I'm saying? That don't get that advantage. So that's already an advantage. So let's keep talking about it. What's his name? Cole Hudson, returning to Texas. Offensive lineman Cole Hudson has returned to the University of Texas after minicamp stints with both the Cowboys and Browns of the NFL. Hudson has filed a lawsuit against the NCAA seeking an additional year of eligibility following the NCAA's 5-for-5 plan that gives new players blanket 5 years of eligibility when they enter college. So this nigga's trying to play 5 years of college ball. See, this nigga's a whole different story, chat. I did not know he was trying to get all 5 years back. Now, if this is what they doing, bro, this is basically 37U college football. Let's be honest, because there's no way they allow this to happen, bro. There's no way. Like, Hudson, who played in 48 games for the Longhorns, reached an agreement with the NCAA, officially returning to Texas on Friday. So they granted it. And he played 48 games for the Longhorns. So that means he already played for them, and he went back after having to practice for minicamp. So that means that now there's really no rules to this shit. You used to get in trouble if you went up to a college and it wasn't considered an official visit in the division and they were treating you like that. You used to get in trouble for that shit. You used to get in trouble if you had any doings with the NFL while you were in college. Period. You couldn't even have an agent back then. If you had an agent, you were getting in trouble in college. Like, what? Now they're allowing NFL. They're giving you NFL experience. How is an 18-year-old going to be able to get that NFL experience like that? He never going to have an offseason. So technically, if an 18-year-old that's just coming into the school, or even a sophomore, wants to go because they can't leave college that early. So even if they want to go to get that NFL experience, it's still a disadvantage to them. I told y'all, and no matter what no one says, stupid shit like this stems off the NIL. I promise y'all, I'm going to keep saying it. Stuff like this stems off the NIL. Now, y'all might think that it's hating. Y'all might think that, like, I'm not against everybody getting paid because, one, I was a college athlete. I know for sure what these boys going through. And most definitely, they're playing at a D1, actually. I was D1A. So I think basically slightly under, but it don't matter. Still D1. But regardless of the point, they playing Power 5 schools. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. These are Power 5 schools allowing basically kids to go get an advantage in the NFL. Bro, and you think that these NFL minicamps gonna give kids that go to Akron the same chance as these kids at Texas? Kids that's at goddamn Buffalo, shout out Khalil Mack, a chance, the same chance they go get his kid? No. So it's already automatically rigged and it's unfair. One, if we're gonna be honest. Two, every kid don't even get the same ability to do that at even a fair extent. One, two, they're also coming back and taking money from these younger kids. That's actually not even money. Let's just say taking roster spots. Like I said, the NIL caused this whole dumbass blow up. None of this would have never been happening if the NIL if they didn't start an NIL fucking funded thing. Now it's a very sticky situation because, like I said, I'm not completely pissed at it because these kids, they should get something. And the reason that I say they should get something, because when you actually in college, a lot of that money sometimes don't even equivalent to like it's not good for your living. Like, it's you living damn near the bare minimum damn near as a college athlete. In some cases. Now some schools you way better off. Let's be real. These kids getting paid. Most definitely now, but I'm talking about before all this NIL shit. A lot of times you were at those schools and you damn near was living. Some players a little bit higher up, but no, most of them you was damn near living bottom of the barrel type shit. You just had everything damn near paid for, but shit still was difficult. If you wanted to even have a little bit of fun, it was difficult. So I don't know. I don't even know how they can step back from this, bro. They damn near gonna have to close up all this shit. No NIL money. No nothing, because they technically ruined college football. People really used to say they would rather watch college football than the NFL because because college football they weren't getting paid. They were still playing for something. Y'all can't tell me y'all don't remember when people used to really say that they're done watching the NFL and they're only watching college football because college football those kids were playing like it meant something. They loved the sport, to be word specific. They love the sport. So yeah, bro, I don't get that one. And everything's temporary as well. That's another thing that I'm not liking. Like, a lot of times they're making these rules, but these rules still temporary. So if you go still damn near make the rule temporary, why not just keep the rule on hold until you fucking figure it out if you gonna set in stone? That's another thing I'm saying. They not standing on anything. So now, there's so many gray areas and they're not standing on anything. It's so difficult for them to make a lane. They don't have a lane at all. No matter which route I feel like the NCAA goes, it's gonna be wrong, incorrect. Boo. But I know I was jumping all over the place. So basically, to put this story in particular into perspective, kids can go now, right, from NFL training camps, and say if they get cut, because this is all before the season, so this is within the mini camp and the camp process. They can go to NFL training camps. They can then get cut if they're not good enough. Mind you, they're still technically trying out for the team. So this is either make it or go back and keep that same spot that was saved for me on that college football team, if it was even saved for me. But I know it's technically going to be saved for me. Most definitely if I have the same OC there and the same head coach there and they know I was a good player. Because there's no way I'm going to even get this chance if I'm not a good player. Which is why I named those lower tier schools earlier. Akron, Buffalo. Those kids will never get this chance. However, let's keep going. Say these kids do get cut. For example, Cole Hudson. I think that's his name. Yeah, Cole Hudson. Let's just use him for example. He's at the Cowboys minicamp and he gets cut. Boom. He leaves the NFL. Bye-bye. But he starts at Texas. He played 48 games now. If he played 48 games now, he probably worked his way up to playing. That's what I would guess. He worked his way up to playing. That's because a lot of linemen do that. They work their way up to playing. They normally, and if the good ones will come in somewhat as a sophomore. However, let's keep going. They do get paid in those camps. That's the tricky part. So this, and I'm telling y'all, this is where kids are going to get in trouble as well. They get paid within those NFL camps, and then they have to give that money back. I'm telling y'all right now, the same exact thing that happened to that Tennessee, what was it, running back, I believe it was? The Tennessee linebacker, Arion Carter. The same thing that happened to Arion Carter is going to start happening to a lot of these kids because they're going to start going to that camp. And I'm telling you, they're going to intentionally start keeping that money and not giving it back to the NFL. And I'm telling you, the NFL is slimy. They going to try to, if they want that athlete, they're going to be as slimy as they can to get that athlete specifically. I'm trying to tell you, bro. And if they don't, they're going to make it hard. Because like I said, coaches are brotherhood. GMs are brotherhood, just like the players. But yeah, let's keep going. So I think that's going to cause another issue within itself, dealing with the money and having to give the money back in order to go back to college. However, say they enter the transfer portal. Say Cole Hudson enter the transfer portal. He now goes to, sure, he don't think Arch Manning going to show up this year, so now boy go to Oregon. No, all right, bump Oregon. Boy go to LSU with Lane Kiff. He know he getting a fatter NIL deal. He know it's a higher chance he can start because he got the NFL background on him now. And we know a lot of people are giving people jobs off the back, not just off the background, but he obviously knows something if he at Texas. So just from the people he was under, let's not say who he knows. For the people he was under, he's going to get a chance over a lot of kids that's just been working in there. And that's all I'm saying. But I don't know, man. I don't be feeling situations like this. I like I said, bro, the NCAA can't win. They stupid, bro. They stupid. NCAA loses fifth year in court. Josh Charlotte Sweeney denied the NCAA request to block a fifth year of eligibility, allowing division athletes who exhausted 4 years in 2025 and 2026 to compete 27 seasons while the NCAA appeals. And this is exactly what we got going on, chat. I'm telling y'all, bro, the NCAA can't win anything. TJ Harden returns to college. And enter the transfer portal. Like, what? Anyone's going to want him. Anyone's going to want him. That's what I'm saying, bro. This shit just, like, yes, and people always say, not at this college, they getting paid. It's a business. Yes, but why did we make it a business is the issue. Why did we make it an issue? I would rather have kids get treated unfairly just off of coaches' bad judgment calls than kids be treated unfairly based particularly off of money. Because now, if I have celebrity kids that go to the school, of course those celebrities gonna wiggle their way so their kids can play some. Give me one celebrity kid that don't play at these big schools. Because I can't think of one. So, man, hey. But like I said, bro, they get wicked with that. But appreciate everybody that's been tapped into the show today. You feel me? Like I said, man, if y'all want to help me out, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tell your friends. You know what I'm saying? Or just share it so you can tell your friends and help me out. Y'all did what I'm saying? But Scoop and Sco, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Peace and much love.